I was just in a cafe trying to get some work done, and the new mayor of New York City was in there, Zohran Mamdani, shooting an interview with NBC for some reason. Why the hell is he in this cafe in my neighborhood? And I gotta say, like, this is my choice to go to a cafe like this. It's extremely expensive. They sell chocolate bars there, Dubai chocolate bars, if you know what I mean, for $10. $10.
Yes, before we proceed, there is something. If you have been following this channel, I posted a similar video like this 2 days ago. Something happened. I don't know if this platform is now protecting this guy or what exactly. I had to take that video down and re-edit. This guy is right.
I mean, for $10. $10 chocolate bars. This guy's a socialist, and he's eating a bar of gold that they, that they claimed is food. It's a joke. This guy's absurd. The drinks are $8 minimum. Chocolate bars through the roof. Croissants with pistachio and chocolate, and everything's $15. And this guy wants free grocery stores. He's spending that much money. He's got 3 security guards. He's got a social media person with him, a young white woman who he may or may not have some sort of allegations coming from at some point. It's TikTok, so I can't say which kind. That's bound to happen. He's got his young assistant, also white. He's got a security guard, tall, white guy, and a female black security guard, of course. A little diversity, throw it in the mix. A woman who can't defend him at all. That interview, here's a guy who's talking about saving money, how billionaires are wasting money. We should be taking their money and putting it back into the city that I love. That coffee probably cost him $7,000 between all the employees he has surrounding him. And also, here's the kicker. I wish I had filmed this. I should have. I was actually trying to work like a moron. I should have been filming this whole thing. At the end of the interview, he walks out of the cafe. He called it a coffee shop because he wants to be a man of the people. It's an expensive Middle Eastern cafe. He walks out of the cafe into the street and gets into a black SUV. He doesn't take public transit. He's in an expensive black car. He's in the modern day limousine. Trump took limousines, and Mamdani takes black cars.
Yeah, I said it, that a lot about this guy will be exposed on social media. I saw this video, I was impressed, like, it is starting. Watching Mayor Eric Adam the other day, he actually said something that drew my attention. For people that are watching this channel, they might have seen that video. I think I'm going to replay that clip for people who never saw that. And if you love what I'm doing here, please subscribe, share the videos, and check if your notification is on.
Do you have any last words for Zohran Mamdani's New York?
This is New York. It's not Cuba. It's not China. It is the center of capitalism, not socialism. Can't take it backwards. We've made too much success. Got to move forward.
Got it. Marry ethical communism, socialism, capitalism.
I would marry capitalism, socialism, and communism. I would kick to the curb.
Here's a list of things that you love. Marry the black community.
I would marry, and love all 3 of them, and I would add on to them Ghana, Senegal, Nigeria,
shout out,
South Africa. Exactly. I love them all. Love is love, and I've shown it to all those communities.
Like, what did Mamdani say in his acceptance speech in New York? He said there is...
Yes, for the past weeks, we have been talking about Mamdani, and I see a lot of people reacting to these videos. I believe you heard Mayor Eric Adams. Joe Rogan said something, and Libras are going crazy about him. When you take a look at this, This is why Joe Rogan is not #1 worldwide podcast anymore, but Candace is. He faced for ridiculous right-wing propaganda with no ounce of credibility. He's afraid. Mamdani is the true populist that Trump wasn't for the right.
So let's talk about the problem with Megyn Kelly. And for the same reason the left lost, we will too, which is we're too scared to call out our craziest voices. Here's the thing. I don't expect any better of Tucker Carlson or They're not the problem because they can't be better. But Megyn can. And yet is choosing not to. For a woman who was always so careful and so unbending with her research, she is miraculously incurious about the things that Candace and Tucker say on their shows. Why? And at some point, ignorance becomes willful, and Megyn's ignorance becomes willful. And when that happens, we have a duty to ask why. She has zero problems pushing back on widely followed people. Do you remember when she asked Trump that question at the first 2016 Republican debate? When she spent 4 years defying wokeness in American media and culture. But you can't ignore the pattern here, which is that she's not afraid to call it on people, which is what makes her decision to support Tucker and Candace and others like them with silence, despite knowing that they're so clearly lying. It's so disappointing. How do I know that she knows that they are clearly lying? This is simple. Because she won't actually admit to agreeing with them. She just offers increasingly absurd reasons not to push back. Let's look at the woman of no sacred cows suddenly saying she doesn't care if Tucker Carlson is...
As for Mamdani, I mean, there are a lot of things to say. I won't go on about it, but...
Yes, you might be wondering where this is coming from. If you remember, Megyn Kelly had conversations with Candace Tucker Carlson, and this has stirred up reactions on social media. A lot of people calling her out, like she should be able to call out Tucker Carlson for some things he is doing wrong. The same with Candace. And Megyn Kelly said she is not doing that. This has actually caused a lot of problem with...
As for Mamdani, I mean, there are a lot of things to say. I won't go on about it, but I just taking over the conversation. This is a guy who said in public and then defended his statement that we're going to tax whites more because they're white.
Yeah.
And nobody cared. And it's like, what the hell? Bottom line, without getting all worked up, I will say it's our biggest city. It's 8 million people. Cities are incredibly complex organisms, take centuries to build. My ancestors helped build New York, by the way, but can be destroyed very, very quickly. Look at Johannesburg, 30 years, and it's a husk. It's a joke, and it was a beautiful city. Look at Gary, Indiana, Detroit. Look at almost all of our cities, Baltimore. And that could happen to New York City very soon. In fact, it will. I have a child who lives here. Called me today. I was like, I'm leaving. Not an ideological person. It's just like we know where this is going because it's happened in dozens and dozens. In fact, it's happened to almost every single big city we have. And now it's happening to our biggest city, and it's just the greatest tragedy. And I feel like it doesn't have to happen. It doesn't have to happen. It's just like your house. If you allow, as the father, as the patriarch in your family, chaos to break out, and you don't settle it down and set limits and say, I would say my family, I'm all about no. That's my job. I don't like saying no, but that's my duty. Someone has to be like, no, we're not doing that. We're not, pissing in the street, vestibule. We're not pushing people in front of subway cars. We're not smoking park. Like, how about no? And because no one is willing to say that, it just inexorably falls apart. And I think it's the saddest thing I've ever seen.
Like, what did Mamdani say in his acceptance speech in New York? He said there is no problem. What did he say about no problem too big for the government or too small for the government to fix?
With these people, and it is a call for concern.
Oh, Mamdani! Dios me libre! Oh my God! This is comunista!
These people are easily convinced.
I think the Democrats are still a mess. I truly believe they're a mess just because there is, what this shows to me is, again, there is this underlying potential energy within the United States of America that is much larger than I think.
It is now the time for people to actually experience the guy, the elected.
He has been a master, and frankly, he could do a master class for all Democrats.
Do with the midterms.
What it
taught us.
I was expecting Democrats to win. Supported by the Democrats, they run California. Read it. Virginia, in particular, has never been a great bellwether.
I want to appreciate people supporting me, sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly. As of the short clips, that is for the YT algorithm. They hardly recommend videos on this channel.
19. And by extension,
it voted over.
That was my first instinct.
To have more Republicans on the show, but they don't want to come on. They're scared of us.
It's history.
When I say I'm not going to be apocalyptic, he even gets an off.
If the Democrats
because how many times do somebody asks
for?
JD Vance should be the next president of the United States. If you want to serve in the American
give interviews, I don't do that.
JD Vance should be the next president of the United States.
Happening at the moment.
Yeah. President Obama
Is blatant censorship.
Because he says he has a team of fact checkers.
The FCC
Want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Well, Americans, it's a part of who we are.
because that is really something that didn't happen before.
Does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one. Look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all abide by. But in case anyone needs a refresher, we're going to go over the rules again.
He does not have a right to have a television show.
to spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not
All the same people that are in these polite.
Disagree with what Gavin Newsom said that he doesn't.
Dave Chappelle.
Without of interest.
I mentioned last night Trump was bragging about how
Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Peggy D.
many were surprised to see Darth Renner.
Between now,
60 minutes for editing an interview.
In a generation. And that's a pretty bold statement. His campaign promises were wild.